This is problem 44 from section 9.5. We're given a revenue function for a shop that produces television sets or fixes television sets. Now, there is a trick to this question, but the trick has nothing to do with calculus. It has to do with simply reading the problem and making sure you understand what the variable x represents. In this problem, x does not represent the number of television sets. It looks like it does when you first read it, but read the problem carefully. The number x, we're told, represents how many sets beyond 200. And so think about it. If I produce 201 sets, how many sets beyond 200 is that? Well, it would be 201, the number I produced, minus 200. It's just one set beyond 200 sets. And so it's an odd problem, but we run into those sometimes. So the problem says, find the marginal revenue when sales production is currently at 250 sets. So the first thing you need to make sure you ask yourself, when the number of television sets is 250, what is x? Well, how many sets beyond 200 is 250? And again, you'll say, well, 250 minus 200 would be 50 sets beyond 200. Or what they're saying is, find r prime, the derivative, when x is 50. Find r prime of 50. So you have to go through all that and figure that out first, and that will cause problems if you ignore it. Now let's find the derivative. Up here I have a product of two functions, this one times this one, and so you can think of this as being your function g, this as being your function h, and we're going to find the derivative using the product rule. R prime of x will be g prime times h plus h prime times g. Okay. If this is my function g prime, the derivative of 200 plus x, the derivative of a constant term is 0, the derivative of x is 1, times your function h, plus the derivative of h prime, the derivative of 400 is 0, the derivative of negative x would be negative 1, times your function g, which is 200 plus x. And we will take and simplify that, combine like terms and things like that. So that's the same thing as 400 minus x. Be careful of that negative sign. Negative 1 times 200 would be minus 200. Negative 1 times x would be minus x. And you end up with 400 minus 200 is 200 minus x would be minus 2x. That's r prime of x. That's your derivative, or your marginal revenue function. And so evaluate that function when x is 50. R prime of 50 would be 200 minus 2 times 50 would be 200 minus 100 would be $100. Now, what that means to me is when production or sales is currently at 250 television sets, if I were to increase production or sales by one set to 251 sets, how would that impact my total revenue for the business? I would make $100 more in revenue, is the way to interpret that. That's problem 44.